Since the beginning of Demon Slayer, we are constantly reminded of what it means to become a demon. Yes, demons gain incredible abilities, superhuman strength, speed, and almost limitless regeneration, but the price is too high. They lose their humanity, their values, and are condemned to a life of darkness, feeding on what they once swore to protect. It is the most terrifying transformation a human can undergo. Rengoku, the Flame Pillar, showed his true character in the Mugen Train arc. When Akaza offered him the chance to become a demon, with promises of immortal power, Rengoku did not hesitate. He chose to die as a human, keeping his honor and principles intact rather than being corrupted by immortality. His decision left us with a clear message. There are things far worse than death. But what if Rengoku had made the opposite choice? What if, in a moment of weakness, he had accepted Akaza'S offer and decided to continue his fight as a demon? If Rengoku's fate were altered, the first impact would be on his own life philosophy. Rengoku always believed that the true value of life lay in its brevity. He argued that human mortality was what gave purpose to existence, protecting the weak and those who could not defend themselves. However, seduced by the promise of immortality, Rengoku would have to abandon this view, perhaps convinced that he could do more over an eternity. In this scenario, Akaza would use the same strategy he had used before, luring strong warriors with the idea that, as demons, they could train and fight indefinitely without the limitations of the human body. Rengoku's determined personality could be corrupted by this promise, thinking that as a demon, he would have unlimited time to perfect his skills and perhaps even find a way to protect humans under this new perspective. Now, having transformed into a demon, Rengoku would have to face an internal crisis. He had always been a defender of justice and the protection of the weak. As a demon, his instinct would lead him to kill humans to survive. How would he react to this new reality? Would Rengoku try to resist the urge to devour humans, or would he eventually succumb to his hunger? Additionally, his conversion would have profound implications for the Demon Slayer Corps. Rengoku was one of the most inspiring figures, and his fall to the side of the demons could demoralize his comrades. He would also have a direct conflict with Tanjiro, who admired him deeply. Tanjiro, who carries the values of humanity and empathy, would have to confront his hero, and this would create an even stronger emotional and ideological battle. As a demon, Rengoku would be incredibly powerful. Given his exceptional skills as a Hashira, he would likely become one of the Upper Moons. This means he would replace one of the demons already in Muzan's circle, or could even gain a high position immediately, perhaps taking Akaza'S place as Upper Moon 3. Imagine a battle where the Demon Slayers would have to face Rengoku as an Upper Moon. His flame breathing, combined with the regenerative powers and immortality of a demon, would make his techniques devastating. Additionally, his determination and pride as a swordsman would continue to shine, though now distorted by the demonic side. He could even develop a new Keki technique, unique to demons, incorporating even more destruction and strength. The relationship between Tanjiro and Rengoku was already one of mutual admiration and respect. However, seeing Rengoku turn into a demon would create deep emotional conflict for Tanjiro. Tanjiro values humanity greatly, putting him in direct opposition to Rengoku. A battle between them would be both physical and ideological, with Tanjiro trying to remind Rengoku what it means to be human, while Rengoku, now with a demon's distorted perspective, justifies his actions as a form of empowerment. Nezuko's presence would also play an important role in this conflict. Just as she resists the urge to devour humans, Rengoku could see in Nezuko a form of redemption or resistance. Would he be inspired by her to control his hunger, or would he see it as a weakness, becoming even more ruthless? The Demon Slayer Corps would suffer a devastating blow upon learning of Rengoku's betrayal. His fall to the side of the demons would undermine the confidence of many demon slayers, especially the younger ones who saw him as a mentor. Shinobu and the other Hashiras might even wonder if it was possible to save Rengoku, trying to bring him back to humanity, just as Tanjiro tries to save Nezuko. However, the most likely outcome would be that the Demon Slayer Corps would see him as a threat. With an Upper Moon like Rengoku on the other side, the organization's focus would shift from defeating Muzan to dealing with this new internal enemy. Sanemi, in particular, would be relentless in wanting to eliminate Rengoku, seeing him as an irreversible betrayal, while characters like Giyu would be torn between their loyalty and respect for Rengoku. Akaza, being directly responsible for turning Rengoku into a demon, would have a complex relationship with him. While Akaza offered immortality to Rengoku out of respect for his fighting skills, he was never someone to share the stage for long. Rengoku's presence among the upper moons could cause a rivalry between the two, possibly even leading to an internal fight. Akaza could resent the attention Muzan would give to Rengoku, fearing to lose his prestigious position, or, on the other hand, they could form a powerful alliance, basing their partnership on a philosophy of strength and combat, where both seek the strongest warriors to face. Whether as allies or rivals, Rengoku's presence on the side of the demons would drastically increase Muzan's organization's power and change the balance of forces in the world. Over time, the Demon Slayer Corps would make Rengoku one of their top priorities. Tanjiro, Nezuko, and the rest of the team would begin hunting him, trying to locate him while also dealing with the other upper moons and Muzan himself. Tanjiro, in particular, would be determined to save Rengoku, seeking a way to bring back his humanity, just as he does with Nezuko. However, the reality of the situation would be brutally different. Rengoku, now strengthened as a demon, would stand firm in the belief that his decision was the best way to continue protecting humanity, though from a perspective distorted by immortality. In combat, Tanjiro would use all the techniques he had learned up to that point, including the Hinokami Kagura, Dance of the Fire God. He would bear the emotional weight of fighting the man who inspired him, trying to use the same empathy that saved Nezuko to reach Rengoku. Zenitsu, driven by the fury of losing another comrade, remembering Rengoku's fate in the Mugen train, would join the fight but would likely face his own internal conflicts. He also admired Rengoku and would be torn between defeating him and trying to spare his life. Zenitsu, however, might surprise everyone, unlocking his full potential with thunder breathing, pushing his abilities to the limit. Inosuke, being more impulsive and aggressive, would see Rengoku as an enemy that must be defeated, though with deep sadness. His connection with Rengoku since the train battle was marked by respect and admiration. Inosuke, with his beast breathing, would try to surpass the limits of his human body against a practically invincible opponent. Rengoku, with the power of a demon, would use his flame-breathing techniques in an enhanced manner, combining them with demonic powers. He would be able to regenerate instantly, even after devastating attacks. Moreover, his physical endurance and speed would be on an entirely different level. What would make the battle even more dramatic is the fact that Rengoku would not fight out of hatred, but with a distorted sense of duty. He would believe that by becoming a demon, he could save more lives, using his strength to eliminate any threat Muzan commanded. Nezuko would have a crucial role in this battle. As a demon who resisted the temptation to devour humans, she would become the living proof that Rengoku could, in some way, retain his humanity. During the fight, she could be the key to breaking Rengoku's illusion, showing him that it is possible to maintain one's human essence even as a demon. Her presence would be the strongest emotional point in the confrontation. However, Rengoku could react in two ways. He could see in Nezuko an opportunity for redemption, or in his distorted view of strength, he could see her as an aberration, a demon who does not use her full power, and try to eliminate her for wasting her demonic potential. At the climax of the battle, Rengoku would be wounded but still regenerating quickly. At this moment, Tanjiro might finally find an opening to strike him with the strongest technique of the Dance of the Fire God. In a final blow, perhaps with the help of Zenitsu and Inosuke, Rengoku would be brought down. Would he be killed, or would Tanjiro manage to reverse his transformation into a demon? If Tanjiro were able to touch him emotionally, perhaps Rengoku could recover a fraction of his humanity in one last scene of redemption before dying as a human, affirming his motto of protecting the weak. If not, he would fall as a demon, but with a sad smile, accepting his fate while Tanjiro weeps for his fallen hero. With the end of the battle and Rengoku's death, the Kimetsu no Yaiba universe would never be the same. The defeat of Rengoku, one of the most admired heroes, would leave deep scars on everyone involved, both physically and emotionally. Even though he had become a demon, Rengoku's impact would continue to be an inspiration to the Demon Slayer Corps. His fall was tragic, but his final sacrifice, should he have regained his humanity before dying, would make him an even greater legend. The message that even the strongest can succumb to temptation and that the fight for humanity never ends would be a lesson that all Slayers would carry with them. Tanjiro, in particular, would hold Rengoku's legacy deeply personal. He had always believed in empathy and the capacity for redemption, and his attempt to save Rengoku would reflect this. However, the weight of failing to bring his hero back to full humanity would likely create a new sense of urgency and seriousness in his mission to defeat Muzan. He would be even more more determined to prevent other friends and comrades from following Rengoku's path. The fall of Rengoku would be one of the greatest shocks the Demon Slayer Corps had ever faced. The Hashiras, already traumatized by so many losses and sacrifices, would have to deal with the betrayal and death of one of their own. Each of them would react differently. Giyu Tomioka could shut down even more, becoming emotionally distant. Seeing another Hashira fall to the demons, Side would make him question whether he himself is strong enough to resist. This could make him colder, focusing solely on the mission to defeat Muzan. Shinobu Kocho could face the situation with a mixture of anger and sadness. She already harbored a quiet rage towards demons due to her sister's fate, and now she would have another reason to fight mercilessly. However, Rengoku's loss might also bring her closer to Tanjiro and his companions, perhaps seeing them as the hope the Demon Slayer Corps needs to avoid further tragedies. Sanemi Shinazugawa, the most explosive of the Hashiras, might see Rengoku's fall as proof that any weakness, even emotional, leads to ruin. He would likely adopt an even harder and more ruthless stance against demons, making it clear that there is no room for mercy. On the demons' side, Rengoku's death would be a blow as well. Muzan, who saw Rengoku as one of the most powerful new recruits, would have lost an important piece. However, Muzan could use this defeat to incite even more hatred and rivalry among the Upper Moons, especially Akaza, who transformed him. Akaza, in turn, might feel betrayed by Rengoku's weakness, becoming even more focused on destroying anyone who shows similar weakness. Akaza could also develop an obsession with Tanjiro after Rengoku's defeat. Seeing him as the next great battle, Akaza had always been drawn to strong warriors, and Tanjiro's emotional and technical strength would be the next worthy challenge for him. With Rengoku dead and the Demon Slayer's forces shaken, the focus would fully shift to the final battle against Muzan. The Demon Slayer Corps would be even more determined, but also more emotionally fragile. Tanjiro, now carrying the weight of Rengoku's fall, would be the central figure in this fight, not only as a warrior, but as the symbol of hope and resistance against the darkness. Rengoku's defeat would serve as a constant reminder of what is at stake, not just the victory over Muzan, but the preservation of humanity and what it means to be human, something Tanjiro would defend until the end. And the video ends here. What do you think? Would Rengoku have resisted his demonic impulses, or would he have completely lost himself? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this theory and want more content like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to help the channel grow and reach more Demon Slayer fans. At the end screen, I'll be leaving another video about Demon Slayer, so see you next time.